Hi guys, how are you doing? I hope you've been keeping well. I'm back today with another video about Canon cameras and Canon lenses. Today we are going to have a clarity giving conversation about which Canon lenses are compatible with which Canon cameras. If you have ever been in a situation where you second guessed yourself about whether you were choosing the right lens for the camera that you're using in the Canon family, my promise to you is that by the end of this video, you'll never ever be in a place where you are not sure if you're putting the right Canon lens on the right Canon camera. Let's get into it. So, to start with, Canon has three types of lenses. It has the RF lenses, the EF lenses, and the EFS lenses. We are going to start with the RF lenses. But first, how do you identify if a lens is EF, EFS, or RF? Thanks to standardization of products, we can identify any of those lenses using the same process. The first step is when you get your Canon lens, for example, the one I'm holding here, ideally it will have a back cover and a front cover. So just remove your front cover. When you remove your front cover, just look on the inside, but on this inside barrel, the ring outside here. I don't know if you're able to see this clearly, but there's some white text written around that inner ring. You look at that text and read to see what it says. So if your lens, for example, is an EFS lens, you're definitely going to see it indicated here as EFS lens. Then you know it is an EFS lens. That is the same way you're going to figure out if it is an EF lens or an RF lens. All of them will be written on here, and when you read, you'll see either EF, RF, or EFS. All Canon cameras that have RF indicated here, like I've shown you guys, only and only work with the mirrorless cameras. So that means that you have no business getting a lens that has RF written here and putting it on a digital single lens reflex camera. In case you do not know or are wondering what a digital single lens reflex cameras and what a mirrorless cameras, I recommend this video up here that is going to show you the differences between a digital single lens reflex camera and the mirrorless cameras, and it will make sense. So, going back to the point where we were, as long as your lens has RF written on it, then you know it's only and only compatible with mirrorless cameras. You cannot use it on any digital single lens reflex camera in the Canon family. The next type of lenses that I told you is the EFS lenses. So there's one common thing between the EFS lenses and the EF lenses. Both those types of lenses are only and only compatible with Canon's digital single lens reflex cameras. Except, an emphasis on except and unless you have something called the Canon adapter. When you have the Canon adapter, then you can be able to migrate your EF and EFS lenses onto your mirrorless cameras. But in a situation where you do not have access to the Canon adapter, then you have no absolute business. Do not be tempted to dare get an EF lens or an EFS lens and put it on a mirrorless camera. Mirrorless cameras in Canon are only compatible with the RF lenses. So if you read your lens here and it has EF or EFS and you want to use it on a mirrorless camera in Canon, do make sure that you have the Canon adapter.